Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to drinknectar.com. I am your host, Josh Wade, and this is the internet's place to explore the five senses of coffee and wine, my passions. I hope my passion can come across to you, and my goal is to help others experience the wonderful nectar of coffee and wine and to drink happy. Today, I want to give a shout out to my Washington Redskins, who were able to win a game that no one expected them to win against the Denver Broncos. Hasn't been that exciting of a season, and with Clinton Portis being out, really held no hope. So today was exciting to be able to watch them pull one out. So today we're also going to explore the new product from the big corporate man of Starbucks, their instant coffee, the Via, and I'll be blogging about that in a little bit, but wanted to go through an actual taste test so you could see the color. I could experience the smells and also the taste, just comparing side by side with your average everyday coffee that folks drink. Personally, I use a pretty strong coffee, so just from my already tastes that I've had of this, it doesn't compare in strength to what I use on a daily basis. But I wanted to give it an honest taste test and let the folks in the internet world see what we're talking about. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to take just some basic water that I've heated up, put them in the only clear glasses that I have, to be honest with you. So we'll do that there. And then I've got my Starbucks mug here that is also a French press. And I have put 4 tablespoons, of coffee inside there. So we'll give this a press here in a sec. We'll pour it in. Difficult to do with one hand, but we got it. And then with the Via, for those of you not experienced with it, Starbucks attempt at a instant coffee. And if you've ever had instant coffee before, you know that it's not always the best tasting, but there are lots of instances in life where instant coffee would come in handy. For instance, I was just in Las Vegas this last weekend, and after a long night of playing craps, woke up at about 9:30 and really needed some coffee. So my options were to wander around the hotel with my mussed-up hair, bad-smelling breath, and day-old clothes in search of one of the coffee chains that they had there, or to order room service and wait for my withdrawal coffee headache to go on and on. Or it would have been great to have some of this instant coffee on hand that's of good quality, where I could just heat the tap water up to as hot as it would go and stir it in, because they didn't have the in-room coffee brewers. So lots of instances where you can use this particular product. The packaging is cute, fantastic, easy to carry along. So we're going to open this up here and pour this in. And, for me, I don't know and really don't care how they got around doing it, but it's just more of the experience of taste. But evidently some micro grinding process that they were able to do. And I didn't have a spoon that I brought down with me, unfortunately. So we'll do this kind of old school, like you're camping or something, stirring it up. We're going to press this guy here that we did. There we go. And pour the actual coffee in. All right, so the first thing that I notice is that when you have some brewed coffee, there tends to be a little bit of crema at the top. You can see the great layer at the top there. The color is pretty rich, pretty thick, that it's not too see-through. We did about the same amount of each one. This one has a little bit darker brown color to it, a little bit cloudier. But for me personally, it all comes in with the taste. It could be as pretty as any coffee could be. Smells good. My first experience with this was actually at a Starbucks store, and I had a difficult time distinguishing the difference, but they had it brewed so hot that it really would have been difficult to pinpoint any specific flavors in the coffee. So this is, like I said, your basic Columbian roast here. got a good strong flavor. I like the smell that comes off it. It kind of reminds me of waking up in the morning. So that's good. We'll try the Via, Starbucks Via. Not quite as much of a smell that comes off of this one. It's just kind of like having a tea. It's real subdued. There's nothing specific. It's not going to fill the room with the great smell of coffee as you wake up in the morning. But it is very similar in taste. It's got a good coffee flavor. Comes off with all the taste you're expecting when you have a good cup of coffee. The main thing it's missing is the smell. It just doesn't have that strong odor that comes off like a coffee you would expect on a freshly brewed coffee that you're smelling it. And of course, the main thing that you notice from the top there is the Via did not have the crema at the very top from the French press coffee. So that's my initial review of the layman's view of the Via coffee. Starbucks is really pushing this product. It really all comes down to how it tastes for whether it's going to sell or not. So read my blog a little bit further information on the product, and I hope you enjoyed this first review of a coffee product. And we will see you the next time at drinknectar.com. And I always want to encourage everyone to follow me on Twitter at nectarwine.com. And I want to give a shout out to one of the greatest books that I've read lately, and that's Gary Vaynerchuk's Crush It. And I hope that everyone can get a chance to pick up that copy of the book. Anyway, I want to encourage you to enjoy life with friends, and as always, drink happy.